Although Excel has a number of built-in numeric formats, you still might need a special format that is not found. And there is a way in Excel, by way of something called a custom numeric format, to create your own format. In column B, we've got ID numbers, 7-character ID numbers. It's been a tradition in your company to display these numbers with 3 characters, a dash, and then 4 characters. So we'd like to do this in column B. If we go to Format Cells, either by way of right-click Format Cells or Control-1, either way, on the Number tab, we can go to Custom. Now, if you start to scroll through this list, it's easy to get intimidated. And although I occasionally need to use some of these, don't ask me what each little character means here. I'll know them for a while and then forget how to use them. Most of the larger Excel books do give you some insight into what the various symbols are used for. We will talk about a few of them. So in this particular example, what we want to use is 4 characters, 4 numbers. We use 0 to represent any number. So we want to start with 3 zeros, a dash, and 4 zeros. Remember, we're doing this for the entire column B. We'll click OK, and we'll need to make the column wider. Double-click, and there it is. So a special format for those numbers. And if we were to click in here, maybe that number was totally wrong. We'll just put in a different 7 numbers. The format is there. There are built-in formats for phone numbers, but you might want to use a period. And I've seen this used from time to time. Here too, we can go right into Format Cells, maybe Control-1, and we'll go to Custom. And this time what we'll use is a custom format consisting of what? 3 numbers. That would be the area code. Then we want to put in a period. For a period, in most characters, we need to put in double quote, period, double quote. In other words, the special character we're putting in needs to go between the double quotes. That's probably tricky to read right now, so I will display this larger in a moment. So 3 numbers, a period, and then 3 more numbers, so 3 more zeros. And now another double quote, period, double quote, and then 4 numbers, 4 zeros. Now I'm going to highlight this so I can copy it and then display it larger. Control-C here. But as I click OK, keep an eye on column C, and we see the difference there. So those are phone numbers displayed this way. Now the format that I used here, I'll display it right here, is this. So 3 zeros, double quote, period, double quote, 3 more zeros, double quote, period, double quote, and then 4 zeros. That's the format being used in column C. Now, there's some other formats over here. A number of them have something in common, and there's just different ways to display numbers. And when you see formats like this, rather than trying to learn how to do them by looking up in a book how to do them, right-click and simply go into Format Cells. And you'll see the display. Now, it doesn't mean that the display is obvious, but how about this first one here? We see the option General asterisk period. Whatever follows the asterisk will be used repeatedly throughout the remaining width of the cell. So we're using general format here, meaning we're not doing anything special with the numbers, but we're then ending it with a period because that's what we see behind the asterisk here. Now, instead of a period, I'm going to put in a different symbol. Maybe we'll just put in a plus sign instead of the period. So we'll delete that and put in a plus. And then press Enter and watch cell E2. It now looks like this. So you can certainly experiment with these in different ways. Recognize too that to the right here, we've got something similar, but in reverse order. This is using underscore. So not having seen this just yet, you might be thinking what it will be. It's going to be what? An asterisk and an underscore and then general. So once again, we can go here, press Control-1, and we see the display. I'll move it to the right a little bit. We see the display there, asterisk, underscore, general. So we see that display there. And some other example here. I'm not going to cover them all, but you can explore these one by one if you wish. Right-click on this one, for example, into Format Cells. And here, too, we can see what's happening. Here, it's $ asterisk, meaning we're going to repeat the asterisks. But then we see the asterisk twice. And so in that example here, what we're really saying is we don't want the pound sign to be repeated. We want the asterisk to be repeated. So it looks a little strange at first to see 2 asterisks there, but it means repeat the asterisk. And so that's what's happening in cell E9 and also the cells below it as well too. Recognize something else in these formats. A lot of times you'll see a semicolon. And when we see that with numbers, what precedes the semicolon is how the number will be displayed if it's positive. And what follows the semicolon is how this will be displayed if it's negative. And so the difference in the two here is we'll have an additional set of parentheses. And that can be a little confusing to read. Don't be intimidated by these other choices that you see here. It's worth exploring them a little bit. And I think you learn best here by seeing examples rather than trying to create these on your own. And most of the larger Excel books, the ones that are 1,000 pages or so, do contain a lot of detailed information about how to use some of these various options here. But you can see, based on the formats that we have here, there are some creative ways to use this feature to display the information here, and you can see different examples in this particular worksheet.